You've seen a Boeing pilot try Airbus. Today, we're doing the opposite. In this video, I'm putting an Airbus 320 pilot into a Boeing cockpit for the very first time. No side stick, no Airbus flight laws, no protection, just classic Boeing flying.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting.
No electric seats, no electric seats.
Yeah.
We'll see what surprises him, what feels completely different, and whether Airbus habits actually translate to a Boeing. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for the support on the last video. The comments were full of you asking the same thing. Okay, but how would an Airbus pilot handle a Boeing? So today, we're about to find out. I'm currently an airline pilot flying the Boeing 787, and before that the 737. And joining me today is my friend and colleague Adham, an Airbus 320 pilot who's been flying the Airbus for the last couple of years now. We're here at Voyager Sim at London Luton Airport, and in this session we're going to break down the real differences between Airbus and Boeing from the pilot's seat. Adam will take the controls and we'll run through the handling, look at how Boeing does things differently, and see how it all feels coming from an Airbus background. We'll take off, fly some general maneuvers, talk through the philosophies, and finish it off with an approach into mid-era. So sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it.
Hi Adam, welcome on board.
Hello,
on
Simin.
Boeing 737 for the first time ever.
Yes.
How are you finding it first? What's your first impression?
Well, I need a sick bag because this is absolutely... It's quite overwhelming how many differences there are compared to the Airbus already.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like taking a step back into the past. Yeah, well, with the Airbus, we've got a very, very nice kind of clean cockpit, and this is a little bit different to what I'm expecting in terms of the functionality of an Airbus. But at the same time, it's a new experience, so I'm very, very open. I'm open-minded, and I'm ready to immerse myself into it. And I'm sure you're going to be a great help alongside me.
I shall try my
So
best.
we'll see what we do.
I shall try my best. Well, welcome. As you can see, the first notice that it's a bit tighter, isn't it? It's a bit more intimate.
Oh
as they
yeah,
say.
definitely.
That's something that, obviously, with the previous video, we had the luxury of the Airbus when I experienced it being nice, wide, and quite open. Here it's kind of very
Take me back.
small. You haven't tried flying it.
I'm just
So your takeoff,
Ready
the
for
parking brake isn't set. So whenever you're ready, what you're gonna do is you've got the N1s here, right? Like the donuts that you have.
Yes.
How's the rudder and everything?
Yeah, I'm just
it's
adjusting.
No electric seats. No electric seats.
Yeah,
it's all mechanical.
there's no luxury here.
No. Perfect.
Okay. All nice and sensitive.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. Flaps.
Yes, please.
Flap swans. How does it feel?
Requires a lot of work. To be fair, it's very nice. I don't know whether that's the sim or if it's the Boeing itself, but generally it's actually a nice aeroplane so far. It's a little bit more kind of reactive, I suppose, in some ways. Not reactive, sorry, proactive. You've got to be very proactive with this, whereas the Airbus is, I suppose, a little bit different in that sense.
So what we're going to do is we're going to maintain our airspeed here, and what you're going to do is maintain 15,000, or flight level 150, idle thrust.
Okay.
And what do you think the first indication is going to get?
Your stick shaker, I suppose.
Yeah, so you've heard of that. There you go. So we've got something called the stick shaker, which gives us a warning of a stall, and then just do a stall recovery. So idle
Wow,
thrust.
with zero experience of stall recovery.
So what is a stall? A stall happens when the wing reaches too high of an angle to the airflow and can no longer produce enough lift. On the 737, one of the first warnings we expect is the stick shaker. The control column physically vibrates to get the pilot's attention. That's the aircraft telling you, reduce the angle of attack and let the wing fly again. And that's exactly what we're about to demonstrate.
There you
Let's
go.
give it a go.
You
You want me to maintain level, right?
Yeah, maintain level, or just let the speed die off. There you go. Speed's dying off.
Okey-dokey.
And then you...
Wing level, thrust.
Perfect. So something that's really dangerous is that not many Airbus pilot knows.
Dangerous?
Airbus It's not, if you don't monitor it,
Oh, okay,
it can be dangerous. So let's say we go to flight level 230,
Yeah.
and then we do a VS of 3,900 feet
Yeah.
at this speed. If you don't, you can see, if you don't monitor it, the aircraft will just let you do it.
So what do I mean when I say the aircraft will let you do it? In this case, we've selected a vertical climb rate of 3,900 feet per minute. To maintain that climb rate, the aircraft will trade speed for climb. As you can see on the instruments, the airspeed keeps reducing while the aircraft tries to hold that vertical speed. If this isn't monitored, the aircraft can eventually place itself into a stall. On the Boeing 737, the philosophy is simple. The aircraft won't stop you. It expects the pilot to monitor, recognize it, and recover.
Interesting. Okay.
The aircraft will let you get into a really bad situation with vertical speed in hand, whereas on the Airbus, I don't know the technicalities of it, but it won't let you.
There we go. I trimmed it.
Perfect.
You're welcome, Boeing.
What do you
Exactly
think about
that.
it so far?
So far, no, of course, it's a great aeroplane. I'm not going to slate it too harshly.
Should I gear down flaps 15?
Yes, please. It's not reducing its speed. So.
She's a
Keep it
slippery
coming
aircraft.
So I can see 2 reds, 2 whites currently. It's nice and tight.
We'll put the landing flap.
Yes, please. Thank you, Simon.
400. 300.
Nice. This is where the Boeing goes in.
40. 30. 20.
Very nice. I would go around flaps, but it's okay. I'll keep it in. So we're going off the end as well.
It's
That's
fine.
fantastic.
That's still fun. We can still put it in.
So you've now seen an Airbus pilot fly a Boeing for the very first time. The takeoff, the handling, the differences, and a bit of the learning curve. But the most interesting part is always after the flying. So now I'm going to hand it over to Adham to get his honest thoughts.
Once again, Simon, thank you so much for hosting me today in the lovely Boeing 737 sim. It was amazing to get taken out of my comfort zone of the beautiful Airbus A320 and get my hands on the Boeing 737 for the first time. It was a great experience. As an Airbus pilot, it was naturally a little bit different to what I'm used to. A lot of things we don't necessarily have to do in the Airbus that we did have to do in the 737, so it was a new challenge. And to heighten that challenge, you added me into Madeira and got me to do the approach into a Cat C airport like Madeira, which is fine. It's a fantastic opportunity to get exposure of the Boeing in its full entirety and get challenged to the limits, which was even greater. So I really enjoyed it, Simon. I appreciate the time that you took to put this all together. I hope that I did the Airbus community proud with my utilization of the Boeing, but to the same extent, my final verdict on both aircrafts, well, for me, at heart, I'm an Airbus pilot and I'm familiar with the Airbus. Of course, if I was familiar with the Boeing, maybe I'd think differently. However, I will be sticking with the Airbus because I absolutely love that aircraft and I know it like the back of my hand, whilst the Boeing is unfamiliar territory for me. And I'll let the guys with the Boeing type ratings stick to the Boeing.
It's always really interesting to see how pilots from different aircraft backgrounds react when they try something new, especially when it's not what they're used to. This session was a great example of that. In the last video, we saw a Boeing pilot trying an Airbus, and today it was the opposite. An Airbus pilot stepping into a Boeing. One of the biggest differences you'll notice straight away is how proactive you need to be on a Boeing, especially on the 737. Anytime you change speed, configuration, or attitude, you're constantly working the trim. That's very different from Airbus, where the aircraft automatically trims itself wherever you point it to. That's always the advice I give. Stay ahead on the trimming and the aircraft becomes much easier to manage. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. I'll leave Adam's social links in the description below. And if you're interested, I'm also an instructor at Voyager Sim. The link's down there if you'd like to come and try the Boeing 737 simulator yourself. Thanks again for watching and for all the support. I'll see you in the next video.